Listen closely, do you hear that? It is the wet, desperate rattle of a lung trying to filter oxygen from a poison sky. It is not the roar of a monster. It is the sound of a king drowning on dry land. Look at him. 200 million years before the first dinosaur rose to power, he was the apex, the perfect biological machine. Muscles like steel cables, saber teeth designed to shear through bone, a heart that beat with the rhythm of a conquest. But strength is irrelevant when the laws of chemistry change. His teeth cannot bite the air. His claws cannot fight the atmosphere the trap has sprung. In the reflection of his glazing eye, the sun is no longer yellow. It is a pale, sickly ghost hanging in a violet haze. The earth is no longer a home. It is a gas chamber. Let us turn back the clock. Before the suffocation, before the silence. Welcome to the deep interior of Pangea. Supercontinent so vast that its center is a desert of red dust and heat shimmers. It is a harsh world, but it is alive. The air is thick, warm and rich with oxygen. Life here is not delicate. It is armored. It is stubborn. Giant ferns, tough as leather, cling to the riverbanks. The sun beats down with a radiation that feels eternal, unchanging. Here walks the Inostrancevia, a Gorgonopsid. He is not a lizard. He is something far more complex. Feel the heat radiating from his skin. He has the beginnings of fur, a strange mix of reptile and mammal. He is patrolling his territory. He moves with a fluid, terrifying grace. He does not fear the heat. He is the product of 50 million years of evolutionary perfection. He spots a herd of Scutosaurus, armored herbivores grazing on the tough scrub. They freeze. They know the silhouette of the king. Violence is swift here. The saber teeth do their work. Warm blood spills onto the dry earth. The cycle of life and death is balanced, brutal. Yes, but balanced. He eats, he breathes deep, filling those massive lungs with the fuel of life. He sleeps in the shade, dreaming of nothing but the next hunt. He does not know that thousands of miles away, the ground has already begun to bleed. It begins in Siberia, not with an explosion, but with a flood. A tear in the planet's crust, thousands of miles long, vomiting rivers of basalt lava. The earth is opening its veins.
The lava is not the killer. The lava is merely the trigger. The true weapon is invisible. Carbon dioxide pours into the sky by the gigaton. The Laistu blanket thickens, the heat begins to climb. In the Pangean interior, the king wakes up panting, the shade offers no relief. The nights are as hot as the days. The planet has developed a fever, and it is rising. We travel to the coast, look at the ocean. It is no longer the blue womb of life. The water is still stagnant, hot as a bath, and it is turning green. Without currents, the ocean suffocates. Oxygen levels in the water crash to zero. In this dead zone, an ancient evil wakes up. Bacteria that thrive in the absence of oxygen. Purple sulfur bacteria bloom in clouds the size of continents. They consume the rotting dead and excrete a waste product. Hydrogen sulfide, a gas so toxic, a single breath can paralyze the nerves of a modern human. The ocean is burping poison into the sky. The gas rises, it mixes with the atmosphere, and the light of the world begins to change. The blue sky fades, a bruised, translucent violet spreads from the horizon, blotting out the stars. Back in the interior, the king stands up. He smells it first. The scent of rotten eggs, the stench of decay on a planetary scale. It burns the nostrils, it stings the eyes. The atmosphere is dismantling the ozone layer, hard radiation pours in. The plants are the first to surrender. They are not burning, they are mutating. Leaves curl and turn black under the UV bombardment, pollen becomes malformed. The forests of Pangea stop singing. The Inostrancevia tries to hunt, but his body feels heavy, like lead. This is hypoxia. The slow starvation of the cells. He sees a lizard on a rock. His brain commands his muscles to lunge, but the signal is delayed. He stumbles. The world spins, the edges of his vision blur into a dark tunnel. The purple sky pulsates. He is confused. He has never known weakness. He roars at the sky, a challenge to the gods. His roar is cut short by a spasm. His lungs are burning, the hydrogen sulfide is bonding to his blood, blocking the oxygen. He is breathing, but he is suffocating.
The end does not come with a fight. It comes with a fall. His legs, once pillars of muscle, fold underneath him. He hits the hot dust with a heavy thud. He tries to rise one last time. The instinct to survive is older than the rocks. But entropy has no mercy. The energy is gone. He lays his heavy head on his paws. He looks out across his kingdom. The Scutosaurus herd is already dead mounds of gray flesh cooking in the violet twilight. There are no flies to eat them. Even the insects have suffocated. The silence is the loudest thing on earth. This is the great dying, not a war, but a quiet execution. 90% of all life is being erased. The slate is being wiped clean. The king takes one last breath. It rattles in his throat like dry leaves. His eye clouds over. The purple sky is the last thing he sees. The darkness takes him. The reign of the Gorgonopsids is over. The earth is a tomb. Time passes, not years, millions of years. The rain washes the poison from the sky. The violet fades, the blue returns. The planet heals, it always heals. It just needs time. From the burrows they emerge, small, frightened things, the cynodonts, the survivors. They blink in the bright yellow sun. They breathe the clean air, they are small, but they carry the genetic code of the future. The bones of the Gorgonopsid are buried deep, turned to stone, fueling the soil for a new empire. The dinosaurs. But the cynodonts, they endured, they evolved, they grew fur, they grew warm blood, they became us. Look at your hand, take a deep breath. Feel the oxygen flood your system.